Oh, let's see what YouTube's got to say today.
Tyler Boyd head to the Pittsburgh Steelers, an NFL free agency.
Could the Pittsburgh Steelers bring home the hometown kid Tyler Boyd to the Steel City?
Sign a guy like Tyler Boyd, and that's been tossed out there to me more than once. Well, if the Steelers sign...
The Rams might be more talented than the Bengals. The one thing the Bengals have...
We've all heard the news. Tyler Boyd, he's leaving Cincinnati. He's going to go play with his hometown team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, where he played college ball at. But unless Burf's watch is wrong, free agency tampering period was last week. So why hasn't he signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers yet? That's why you have the Burf to dig in that information for you guys. Let's dig into it, Burf Maniacs. All right, so let's just dig into these stats real quick with Tyler Boyd. Rookie year, 603 yards. Second year, he was hurt. But mind you, these 2 years, A.J. Green was still in his prime for the Bengals. 2018, 1,028 yards. A.J. Green's still on the team, but I think he battled like turf toe or something. And this was going into a contract year. Franchise tag here for A.J. Green. Tyler Boyd is by far our wide receiver number one with 1,046 yards. That was the last time. These 2 years were his only years that he was wide receiver one for us because T. Higgins in 2020 came on board. This is Joe Burrow's rookie year where Joe Burrow got injured, but Tyler still put up 841 yards. Now 2021, Super Bowl year, now Jamar Chase comes on board. Tyler Boyd slides down that wide receiver 3, puts up 828 yards. 2022, 762 yards. This is making it to the AFC Championship and where Patrick Mahomes got 5 downs against us to win the game. And then, of course, 2023, 667 yards. By far, wide receiver 3. But I think with these 2 last years, we can really look at his production, what he could do for the Bengals still. So for the most part, Tyler Boyd's been a solid wide receiver for us. Really no complaints. When I think about his career, I think about the catch that sent Baltimore out of the playoffs and put the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs.
It's a 2nd down and 7. Nice block by Jonah Williams and downfield. Look at this. On the fly, Boyd, foot race. That is 6. Leaping into the end zone.
And I think about so many other one-handed catches Boyd has had throughout his career with Cincinnati.
Back in Cincinnati, Joe Burrow has time to throw. What a one-handed catch. Tyler Boyd, hello, having a first quarter.
Throughout Boyd's career, he has been so consistent and not dropping passes. But there has been times, in crucial times, where he does drop passes. And that worries Burf.
From the 18.
And for the most part, Tyler Boyd has been an upstanding citizen in Cincinnati. He really hasn't had any issues, with the exception of one incident back in 2017.
Boyd is facing drug charges after police found 2 vape pens with packaging indicating it was distilled cannabis and unopened vape cartridges containing THC in his Mercedes-Benz. They also found 2 bottles of alcohol, one open in the car.
So I guess the real question is, why hasn't Pittsburgh picked up Boyd yet? Well, if you ask me, I think Boyd is after that bag. I think he's trying to get a big payday because he knows it's going to be one of his last paydays. He's getting older in age, and that's not a diss to him. Him and I are actually the same age. But I think he knows in wide receiver age, this will likely be his final contract. Let's take a look at who else is still possibly available for Pittsburgh to pick up. So just going down the list of all the wide receivers off the board, first you have Calvin Ridley, same age as Boyd, but insane contract, 4 years, $92 million. I think he got extremely overpaid by Tennessee. I don't even think he was Jags wide receiver 1. I would go with Christian Kirk. And I think the Jags made the right decision by keeping Christian Kirk and letting Calvin Ridley walk, especially for that type of money. And then moving further down the list, you got Darnell Mooney, Gabe Davis, Curtis Samuel. All these guys I thought Pittsburgh would be at least entertaining the thought of signing them, but they ended up signing with the other teams. Curtis Samuel signing with Buffalo is going to be dangerous. And then moving down the list of wide receivers who haven't been signed, you have Hunter Renfrow, Allen Robinson, Odell Beckham Jr., Michael Gallup, Tyler Boyd. But if you're Pittsburgh looking at older wide receivers, why not go with Michael Thomas, OBJ, some bigger names there? So there you have it. I do think there's a good chance that Tyler Boyd does come home. No, not to Pittsburgh. Home to Cincinnati, where he actually has a shot at winning a Super Bowl next year. Now, of course, we still have the draft to go through, and there could possibly be other teams that get involved. And then after that, we have the June 1st cuts. So there's still some hills that we might have to crawl. I wouldn't be surprised if you see him back in a Bengals uniform. Quite honestly, I would be happy to have him back. So until next time, Burf out.
Yo, it's the Burf Show, here to run the game. I'm a Bengals fan, repping my team with no shame.